get started now with the push rods. And remember I said that we were going to start with the first two on the front cylinder because that's where the motor is. Then we're going to work our way backwards back to the rear where we only have to move the engine twice or three times, four, whatever it is. We have to move the engine forward, then we have to move the engine backwards. All right, so what we're going to do now is be sure to put in our O-rings, and we grab the lubrication. Again, this is going to be a chopped up video because nobody's going to sit and wait for 30 or 40 minutes for a lifter to bleed out. So I'll just do one, adjust one, and then that'll be the video, and then we'll move on from there. But so what we have to do is, let me grab the right wrenches. I get a quarter inch. Okay, now we're going to put O-ring there. I'm all kinked up in there. Just want to make sure that they seat correctly. Bind up if you're not careful, and then you'll have a mess. All right, those go there, and then you put two more down here. One on each one. All right, we're going to start with the intake. It's furthest way back. All right, it's not necessary to have it. Anyway, that goes up there like that. These are quickie push rods, so they collapse all the way. One of the tricks that you need to keep in mind is that nut will drop down. You kind of see the nut here. If you're not careful, that nut will drop down in there. Then you'll have a little bit of trouble getting it out. You need a magnet to do it, but you'll hold the nut up and just get a couple of threads going. Spin it down till it makes contact with the lifter. Okay, now we've made contact. So we've got our lock nut there. All right, so what you do is you grab a 1/4 inch wrench to hold the bottom stem, and then a 7/16. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it seated. If you'll watch, I'm not using a lot of tension. I can't, a person couldn't really torque something down holding a wrench like that. So what I'm doing is I'm getting it to where it's seated, and I'm just going to give it like a boom. All right, now I'm going to start counting. Each one of these flat spots here is called a flat. We have to go 24 flats, which is 4 turns. 6 times 4 is 24. So I'm going to start and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right. Now I'm not going to lock this down yet because I want to wait for it to bleed. But I'm going to go ahead and go with the second one. Get it installed because we're going to be waiting a while for this stuff. Bleed. It takes forever. These M8s. Twin cams, you can just about time it. It's about 10 minutes. These, I've set a half a day sometimes waiting for these to bleed, which is good. I mean, that's a good thing. You don't want, you don't want a weak lifter situation, but it makes for boring work and boring videos. usually while we're waiting for these lifters to bleed, we'll put on the exhaust and everything else. But in this case, I'm going to not do that. I'm going to wait it out and make it a video, sort of a step-by-step video. So what I'm doing is I'm just extending the push rod. It's almost there. Okay. Now I'll take my 1/4 inch, hold the stem in place, and we'll come up here, do the same thing again. Put this down out of the way. Just get it out of the way for a minute. We'll get it where it's kind of right about there. Okay, now I'm going to start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right. Spin that up. And now it's a waiting game. Hang tight. Okay, let's check and see if one of the push rods has, one of the tappets has bled out. So what should happen is I should be able to turn this by hand. And look, that one bled out by hand. Let's see about this one. Not quite there yet. So it's still a little ways away. But what we can do is go ahead and Loctite this one down and put it away for right now. So let me go ahead and loosen. I didn't really get down on it. I just kind of locked it down for the time being a little bit so I could turn it. See, it's not even hardly tight. But what I'm going to do is put a little bit of Loctite on the threads, because we don't want these things to back off. They still do sometimes. You'll know it if it does. It'll sound like the motor's coming apart. Won't really hurt anything if you pull over the side of the road. But it happens, man. I'm telling you. It does. So put a little bit of Loctite on here. Threads. That should work. All right. Now we'll tighten this one down on a permanent basis. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's wait for the next one. Hang in there. Okay, let's check this front cylinder exhaust push rod tube and see if it's bled down. Look at there. Sure did. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and crack this loose just a little bit. I didn't tighten it, just but a little bit. Okay, and we're going to spin the lock nut down. Put some blue on it. It's old blue. All right. Then we'll lock it down. All right, that should do it. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and put the clip in it. Make sure when you put these in there that they seat correctly. They can give you a false sense of it's connected, but it's not. So then you take one of these special slotted screwdriver and go in there, and it's ready to go. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the rear, and then we'll get to something else after that, like the exhaust or the breather or the Thunder Max. Just hang tight and we'll get you going. Be right back.